You can be a terrific hitter in baseball. Can you be that same hitter the next day and the next day and the next day? Consistency. That's the way you gauge a professional. Again, Campbell giving the shorter Rios what he needs. An inside fight. Now, Campbell's winning it because he's the busier man. He might be the more talented man, but he's winning it maybe the wrong way.
The point you made earlier, Campbell admiring his work. He threw that one good left hook to the body, and he sort of went straight back, and Rios got him.
See that left hook that landed just there by Rios? It was landed because Campbell was in close. Campbell was outside using his height. That left hook would not have landed. And in fact, that left hook couldn't have been thrown. He would have had to get closer. And then that would allow the opportunity for Campbell to peg him coming in. That's using your height. Right now, Campbell winning the fight, but not using his height. And as he steps up, or tries to step up the ladder in boxing, he's going to have to learn to take advantage of every single advantage he has. Whether it's in height, or whether it's in mobility to be able to box. You know, another habit, I touched on it early, Campbell will like to once in a while drop his hand, put that chin into his left shoulder, and just pull back on that left shoulder and try to slide back from a punch and then set up a counter. The only problem when Campbell does that, he disconnects a little bit, Bob. He doesn't keep the offense and the defense flowing. He just gives up his offense. He goes into that pattern, and he allows his opponent to take charge of him.
Campbell digging in his fourth round. Rios responds. Well, 5 between Nate Campbell and Angel Rios. Teddy, so far, the taller Campbell in this fight has only landed 8 of 86 jabs.
Not fighting on the outside too much, is he?
Now Rios digs in with his hooks.
Even though I think Campbell's winning this fight, again, I will repeat myself, I think he's fighting Rios' fight. Giving Rios every opportunity to be in position he needs to be in as the shorter man to get something going. It would be much more difficult for Rios to get anything going offensively if he was kept on the outside with the longer arms of Campbell. But since Campbell decides to go inside, he allows Rios to be inside where he needs to be.
Uncharted territory for Angel Rios. First time he's been past the 4th round.
Rios is a solid enough opponent. His shortcoming, Bob, is his temperament, his style. He's very select, very controlled about what he does. And that's okay in spots. He can pick a nice spot, maybe time you with something. But what it's bad about is a guy who moves his hands at a pretty good ratio like Campbell is you can fall behind in the scoring. You can get outworked, out-hustled. And then you need to land a big punch to pull it out of the fight.
Tell you one thing, an entertaining fight.
Nice, solid fight.
Good body punch. He sort of froze Rios there for a second.
Both guys in there going to work. No grabbing, no holding, no running.
Well, they each had 22 rounds of pro experience coming into the fight. And they're getting almost 22 rounds worth of action in this fight, where they're going at each other.
one knock on Rios. As I alluded to, he gets where he wants, but he doesn't move his hands quite enough.
Bit too patient in that pocket. Round set to begin between Nate Campbell and Angel Rios. No knockdowns in the fight. Slight cut on along the left eye of Rios hasn't been a problem. It's been all power punching in this fight, Teddy.
No frills. Both guys meet each other in close quarters and they start throwing punches. And with technique. Not just in a crude way. Hands up, responsible defensively, trying to keep their heads in the right position for good defense.
Well, this fight may be decided by the fact that Campbell's heading into this last round had thrown 131 more punches. He had landed 45 more punches according to CompuBox. He's been the busier of the two. Rios 20 years of age. Campbell got a late start. He's 29. Campbell 9-0 with 9 knockouts. Rios 8-1 with 6 knockouts.
Both guys, as I said, not just heart, not just desire, but they're solid technically. They're responsible technically. Their punches are with the right form. They know where they want to punch from.
Rios getting some counter shots in.
Coming back at the right time, Bob. Little posing there by the old knockout Campbell.
The taller Campbell not using his jab at all in this fight. Not keeping this fight on the outside at all. Corner of Rios telling him, jump back on him.
At this stage in his career, Campbell was better served in this fight by a 6th round fight than he would by an 8. Rios would be served better with some extra rounds because of his style, Bob. He's so selective. He places his punches so well. He needs extra rounds to get to you. You can see him coming on a little bit here in the 6th and final round. Rios will do better in longer fights. 10-round fights or more, his distance. He can get outworked for 6 rounds.
Final seconds of the bout. Campbell puts his punches together. Rios trying to counter. And there's the bell to end it. What an entertaining 6-round bout between Angel Rios and Nate Campbell. We'll see how the judges tally the scorecards. Will Campbell remain undefeated? Rios thinks not. Fights on ESPN2 has been presented by Miller High Life. The scenic setting of Savannah, Georgia. Bob Papa, Teddy Atlas. What an entertaining 6-round lightweight bout between Nate Campbell and Angel Rios. Campbell with the edge in punches thrown and punches landed, although he did not do a good job with his jab, only 14 of 133. Teddy Atlas's scorecard after the 6-round bout, 58-56 for Campbell. I had the same exact card. Let's send it up to our ring announcer, Tom Chumley.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fight goes the distance, so therefore it goes to the judges' scorecards. Judge Ed Cannon scores about 59-55. Judge Erwin Deutsch scores about 58-56. And Judge Tommy O'Boyle scores about 58-56 for your winner by unanimous decision. Fighting out of the blue corner, Nate Galaxy Warrior Campbell.
So Nate Campbell remains undefeated. Does not get a knockout, but a good test against Angel Rios. And Nate Campbell is now 10-0 with a unanimous decision victory. Still to come, Teron Millette in our main event. But first we check in with Brian and Max.
All right, Bob, thank you very much. Time for To The Max. Before we go any further, though, we put up there, we said 4-time champion for Evander Holyfield. this is what we're talking about. Let's be clear. 3-time world champion.
Championship went from Lewis to Rahman, period.
To the max. Set the clock, please. Abe from San Antonio.